Okay, hi guys, how are you doing? I didn't want to do a huge intro, just wanted to say hi. We're here to do a palette declutter. I have a lot of my palettes off to the side here. We are on my bed. Excuse my hands. I have an anxiety disorder, so they're gross right now. I apologize. If you have any questions about anything you see, I will leave what I know in the description box, but I need to declutter my palettes. So I figured you guys would like to come along with me. You told me on Instagram that was a big yes. So I'm attempting to do this in good lighting and hopefully focused and everything like that. And we can get through all of these palettes because something's got to go. So if you're interested in seeing what I keep, what I have, what I don't like, then let's get into it. So I think I might start with the collections that I have from other YouTubers or just like, you know, these types of palettes. So the first one here is the Venus Fling from Belfiore with Estate. I don't even know Estate. I don't know the company. I've never heard of them. Belfiore is why I got it, because I love her to death. I did a look on this palette. This is what the palette looks like. It has some pretty basic colors and the quality is pretty basic as well, but I will not get rid of this because of how much I love her, and it also goes on my vanity as kind of a decoration almost. Is anybody else like that? Even if you use the palettes, if they have cute packaging or someone you love collabed with them, do you keep them like where everyone can see it? Because I know I do. So this is definitely a keep. Then I have the Shaaanxo palette. This is the remix. I got this at Tjmaxx for super cheap. This comes with this top here, and then you can also split it and you have a whole nother palette there. I love these. The quality of these shadows are simply amazing. Like, I cannot say better things about the quality and the shades and this palette. So I'm definitely keeping it. This is one that I keep more so for the quality and the shades than I do the person collabed with, because I don't even follow her. But this is great. I've heard great reviews, so I picked it up when I saw it and I'm happy with it. So I'm keeping that. Now this one, this is hard. This was gifted to me, which is a huge reason why I don't want to get rid of it, but, and it has, I mean, it has beautiful shades. If we're being honest, this is gorgeous. But I don't really like the quality of this palette. The darker colors are so incredibly hard to blend out, but I love the glitters, especially this one, and the transitions are pretty good as well, but I don't think that it's worth the price. I love the huge mirror. I think that's great, but this, I would not have bought this myself. I thought I would have wanted to, but now that I have it, I'm a little iffy about ever getting another one. That's what I can say. So for now, I'm going to keep this in my collection just to put up on my vanity to go along with my collabed palettes that I have. But other than that, I don't really get too much use out of this. Alright, we have a couple more here. This is the Makeup Revolution, the Emily Edit palette. This is the Wants. I kept this just to, I had this and I had the smaller one as well. I did end up passing the smaller one on. I just do not use these at all, because I have too many, not because it's not good. For Makeup Revolution and the price, this is an amazing palette. It was amazing. I don't know if you can still get it or not, but if you can, I would highly recommend. It's fantastic, but it's still not the best. So it's not like great quality. But I definitely chose to keep this one out of this one or the smaller one. But this is another thing that I just do not use. So I think that I'm going to pass this on. Sadly, because I love Emily. Oh, I love her so much. I just had to support her, you know. But I just am getting no use out of this. And this is a bigger palette. So I'm going to pass it on. Then we have Carli Bybel. I had both of her palettes. I actually, do I have the other one here somewhere? Oh, Lord. Okay, I may have passed the other one on, but I had both of these, and I think I passed the littler one on because this is like, this has every shade that the littler one has. It just has a little bit more to it. These are superb. I love them. It seems like a very bland eyeshadow palette, but the quality is so great, and you can do so much with these that if you can, get it. It's super affordable, but it's still like stunning quality. Stunning. It's so good. So that's obviously a keep. Oh, almost put it in the give. And then this, oh my goodness. This is the Jaclyn Hill palette with Morphe. I want the second one, but I can't afford it, so I'm not sure when or if I'll ever get it. I love this. I don't use it as much just because it's like something that no one talks about or uses, and honestly, everybody, it's like a boat to jump on. It's popular to jump on and bash Jaclyn Hill anymore for every little thing she does, and if you support her or talk about her, it's like you're going to be thrown onto the boat of the chopping block, I should say. But I'm not the kind of person who thinks that's okay. She's never personally done anything to me, and a lot of things that she likes and creates, I like and I want. So everything hasn't been the greatest with her stuff. This is obviously Morphe, but the selections, these are my everydays. My everydays. These aren't so great, I have to admit that. They're not the best, but they're there for whatever, you know? But I am definitely keeping this. Keeping it forever, for always. I'm not a huge fan of hers, but I'm a huge fan of this palette. I don't even like Morphe, so that's saying something. Oh, you know I'm keeping this. I still have it in the box. I've done a video. This is the ColourPop times Christie, Raw Beauty Christie. I love this palette so much. If you haven't seen it, I'll open it up so you can see what it looks like. I don't know if this is still available, but I hope that they are. I wish it had a little mirror, but I mean, look how adorable. That's so cute. I love the colors, especially this green. I cannot get over it. So really like this. I love ColourPop. They are affordable, so they are going to be featured a lot on my channel. But oh, love her, love her. Ooh, love her. Now this is actually a collaboration that I did with a company called Finding Ferdinand. I have not heard about them since, but this is the little sticker of us. I actually chose these shades out, and you could have done that on their site, and they are pop-outable. Like, you can interchange them. The quality is amazing, but the price is crazy. They're very, very expensive, but the quality is like so good, and I got to personalize the stickers I put on it and everything. So I do want to keep this just because of what it is, but I don't use it. Oh, I do that so much. This is another Makeup Revolution. This is the Patricia Brights. This is a shadow palette. I also have a face palette. I forgot about that, or I probably would have put it in this video as well. But this reminds me a lot of the Jaclyn Hill palette. Does it not? Is that like weird? Only it has a bright yellow, and that's what keeps me going back to it. Because look, you see that, and then you see the bottom corners with the greens and the blues and just the warm shades. They look a lot alike. Only this has like a putty eyeshadow in it, and they're different consistency and quality, I guess, but it's that yellow that I want to keep this for. I don't have a yellow like that in my collection that I know of. We're probably going to find one, honestly, and if we do, I'm going to pass this on because it's not the best. I don't even know who Patricia Bright is, but I need to figure it out. She has great taste. But I'm going to put this off to the side of maybes, because if I do find a yellow that is like this, then I'm going to pass this one on. Another Carli Bybel collaboration. This one is with ABH. This was also a gift given. I love this palette. I don't use it enough. I need to. So I'm definitely keeping this. But in the next declutter, if I still haven't gravitated towards it, I think I'm going to pass it on. But for now, I'm going to keep this one. This is a collaboration with Sylvia Gani. I, again, don't know who that is. I found this at Tjmaxx, and I loved the packaging of this, and I loved what the shades looked like, but they are not the best quality at all, even for BH Cosmetics, so I am going to pass this one along. Alright, I think we might be through the collaboration palettes. If we're not, I'll just throw them in wherever, but these are my ColourPop palettes besides the Raw Beauty Christie one. I wanted to go through these. This one is Frozen. This actually means something for me to have this palette. Honestly, I don't care for the shades. They're not bad, but they're not the greatest colors that I would reach for. But it's like a thing between my sister and I think I will always keep this. This was my first one. My first ever ColourPop palette. Look, there's a yellow. There's a yellow. Okay, so now I need to really decide. Are they the same type of yellow, though? Do y'all know what I mean? Are they the same shade of yellow? Okay, yeah. They are basically the same shade of yellow. So I am going to actually pass this one along. And I'll keep this one. I haven't reached for it in so long, and I think that's why I didn't know I had a yellow like that. But look at that. It's dead on. So I'm going to keep this one. This is another warm tone. It doesn't have an exact yellow. This is a darker yellow, but look at this palette. If I had to recommend one ColourPop palette that I have, it's this one. If you're into warm tones, you will love this one. This, A Flutter, this is just, look at that. Oh. You know, ColourPop comes out with so many new palettes every 5 seconds, and they all kind of tend to look the same until you see them face to face. It's hard. This is a Wild Nothing. This was gifted to me by Valerie. This is a very, like, bridal type of palette. It's so beautiful. This shade right here is probably the reason why I'll never get rid of this palette. And then X's and O's. This one, I don't know if I will use a lot. It's my tones. It's like that berry, the richness, but I just never reach for this. So this one I think I'm going to pass on. I brought a washcloth just to wipe off like the yellow. It's staining me. How can you be stained by a yellow? Oh my god, it looks like I've been peed on. This is a J-Cat palette that I have. It's called Fantasy Dreamland. I don't know if they still have this available. I actually got it in a kit, but these shades are so pretty. Oh, so pretty, but I have the hardest time reaching for this. I always forget about it, so I'm going to pass it on. I need to be a little bit more cutthroat because I literally have no room to store these at this point. So that's going to get passed on. This is a Cargo Cosmetics palette. I like their blushes, but I do have a hard time with their palettes. Their palette quality is not consistent to me. I found this at Tjmaxx, and that's really where I get a lot of them. This is just very bland, and I think this is a Namaste in India palette. It's just very bland to me. Sorry about the lighting and everything, but it's just very bland to me. The quality's not there, so I am going to pass this one on. Maybe there's somebody else who can get better use out of it. Who remembers Belfiore? Who remembers? If you remember, give this a thumbs up and comment down below and tell me that you remember the time of Belfiore eyeshadows. This is beyond expired, but I will never get rid of it. This was like the first makeup company that I collaborated with in some way, and we sold so many of these because they are so amazing. Like the quality, oh, they're just butter. It's just butter. I will never get rid of this. Who remembers and who still has theirs? Alright, I have 3 Stila palettes. These are Body, Soul, and Spirit, and I have a hard time with these two. I kept 2 of these palettes, this one and I believe, yes, this one, because they both have Kitten in them, and I love Kitten so much from Stila. It is like the best shade. It's this one and this one. It's so, oh, you can't even see, sorry. It's, oh, so, it's like wet. I love it. But I do need to pick one, and I think I picked this one to keep, and this one I will pass on friends or family because it's so much like this one. So this is a keep and this is a pass. And then this one in Body, I haven't even gotten a chance to use this yet, but it has colors that are just so unique, and I know that the quality is there, so I'm keeping this. Alright, so I have some BH Cosmetics. I really like BH Cosmetics. If you have not given them a try, highly recommend getting on the site. You will always find something, but if not, check out your Tjmaxx, your Marshalls. They always have discounted BH Cosmetics, and I believe this is how I've gotten every single one of these besides this one. This one I'm keeping. This is the Desert Oasis palette. If this is still available, my son actually got a hold of this, so don't mind. My palettes are usually not that messy, but hey, it happens to the best of us, right? This is such a beautiful, like, sheeny, oh, so gorgeous. It throws off my lighting. But I'm keeping this. This is amazing. Great quality. This is the Fairy Lights one. The packaging is stunning. This is all a pink white glitter. It looks pretty on the inside, but it's actually really not the greatest quality. I wasn't impressed with this one. I like it, but not enough to even reach for it or think of it, so I am going to pass this one on. The Royal Affairs, this is actually a palette that I use constantly. I love this. It looks bland, but it's really not, and that army green just kills me. What is it with me and greens? I don't know, but if you ever see this palette, get it. Now this one I haven't had a chance to use because I didn't really want to use it online because I believe that it's not available anymore. I did get it at Tjmaxx, but it's so pretty. You open it up and you got your face, matte shades, shimmer shades. Then you open it up more and you have this beautiful palette and then a mirror. Look at those shades. They are so pretty. So I won't get rid of this. I just need to remember to use it. And I don't even know. It's my Ray Ray, I believe, is the collaboration on this. But I'm keeping this. I need to use it. And then lastly, I have the Zodiac Love Sign palette from them. I wanted to get rid of this because I haven't used it in so long until I swatched it. I swatched it and I was like, whoa, I should probably not get rid of this palette. It's so good. So good. I'm just like, nah, I think I'll keep it. I just need to remember to use it. I have the AFU palettes from Amazon that I got. This is a palette that I use all the time. All the time. I'm keeping this. Probably will forever keep it. This one here I love. Look at that blue, and just these are such unique colors still to me. So I'm keeping this one. This one is the pinks or reds. I don't know what they call it. I love it. The consistency is fantastic. So I'm definitely going to keep this one too. These are great. I did hear that some people say that they dry out quick. I haven't had that experience, but they're so affordable and so beautiful, and they are on Amazon. I will link them down below if I can. I only have two Too Faced palettes. I've given away every single other one that I have. This one is the gold, the chocolate gold. It is so good. I've almost gotten rid of this twice, I think, but ended up just keeping it, snatching it back. Highly recommend. Jen Loves Reviews loves this as well. This is such a good palette. Nobody talks about it, but just packaging, the quality of the shadows, everything. This is a fantastic palette, so this is a keep. This is my first high-end palette I've ever had. I've only kept it for nostalgic reasons. I have hit pan on it. This is the first eyeshadow I've ever hit pan on. It's well expired. It stinks. I'm going to actually toss this one in the garbage. I need to just do it for the sake of having room. I can't be nostalgic anymore, okay? Ugh! I lied. I found another one. This is the gingerbread. I'm definitely not getting rid of this. I love this. The gingerbread spice palette. Oh, Warm Tome Dream. So yes, getting rid of one, keeping two. I have two NARS palettes here. This one is the Borg de Plage, if I'm saying that correctly. It was limited edition, and I don't even know if it's available anymore, but I will never get rid of this because first off, it's so expensive. It was gifted to me, and it has everything amazing about NARS in it. Laguna bronzer, the light and the darker one, and then it's got all their highlighters. I will always keep this, and then look at the packaging. Heck yes, so that's a keep. And this is also a huge keep. This is the Narcissist in Loaded, which is also, I don't think, available anymore. But the best quality shadows I've ever had the pleasure of working with. Very easy, everyday shadows, nothing to blink at until you use them. I reached for this so much. Okay, this is the Becca palette, and this is, what is it? Pearl Glow Shimmering Eye Palette. No one talks about this. They were marked down so quickly, but I'm telling you, these shades are so pretty. I just can't figure out a time where I need to use them, but the quality is there. These are gorgeous. Gorgeous shadows. So I am definitely keeping this, but if I don't use it by the next time I declutter, then I'll declutter it then. But this is actually a really good palette. Then I have the New Nude by Huda Beauty. This is probably the only thing from Huda Beauty. I can't say that. But it's probably the only thing I have from them. I waited so long to get this palette, and it doesn't disappoint. If I need a blush pink palette, I go towards this one. So this one I will not be passing on. I love this. Don't like too much from their brand, but I love that. This is from Juvia's Place. I don't order from them too much, but this is a gorgeous palette. Their quality is amazing. I do like this, but I've rarely used it since I've gotten it. But it has one of the best blacks I've ever worked with, so I won't get rid of it. Very inexpensive, great quality. And then we have Ofra's Glow Up palette. They're expensive, but you can find codes, and they are worth it. I'm telling you, you will not get better than the Ofra highlighters. You just won't. You will not find a better highlighter. If you can get them, any of them, discounted, whatnot, do it. Alright, here's some more affordable palettes that I have. I have a lot more, but here's the first clump of them. This is the e.l.f. I just talked to you guys about this. The sugar and cream palette. Bite-sized one. I will keep this. It's such great quality. Then we have the Milani Gilded Nudes. I actually have the other one of these palettes. I think there's 4 or 5 different ones, but the other one I put in one of my fails. This is a beautiful palette. It's actually not that bad of quality, but I never reach for this. So this is one that I'm going to pass on. It's not bad, but it's not anything if you have more than one palette that you'll gravitate towards. This is the Folklore Sunrise. I cannot talk today. This reminds me a lot of that Huda Beauty one. I am keeping this. I've yet to even use this cream kind of set shade they have, which I think is so cool, and they actually cover it, unlike the Huda Beauty one. But these are gorgeous, so I'm definitely keeping this, and it's like a quarter of the price of the Huda one. This is Urban Decay, the Party Favor. This I have heard no one talk about. I don't even know if it's still for sale, but it's so cool. I have to keep it. It's like these wet, glossy toppers for your eyeshadow that just makes you glisten. Urban Decay, they do little stuff like this that people don't really want when they first look at it. But to the few that get it, we're like, oh, it's a gem. This is one I'm definitely keeping for the party times, if that ever happens. Then I have, this is from Face Candy. And this is like a $10 palette, but the quality is so amazing. It has so many greens and blues that I just cannot find anywhere else at this quality that I am keeping this. I will probably not use it. I don't know. Hopefully I will. But the shades in here are butter. I have to keep it. I just have to. And then I have this Milani Bold Obsessions. This is so used and abused, but one of the best drugstore eyeshadow palettes I have ever come across. I mean, oh, you guys, it's so good. If this is still available, grab it. Do not go without this in your collection. This is one of the best drugstore eyeshadows I think I've ever seen created. Alright, now we have another stack. This is the Pixie by Petra. I also got this at Tjmaxx because I refuse to buy Pixie at Target. They're just way too expensive for drugstore. This is the Hello LA Angel. LA Angel? What the hell? I can't even say it. These are pretty great for drugstore, but for the price, I don't really know. I never gravitate towards this. I don't really care for it. I have this in so many other palettes, so I am going to pass this on. I wouldn't recommend getting them unless you get them on discount. I do not like their prices. This is also maybe number 2 of the best drugstore palettes you can get. This is the Maybelline Nudes of New York. Gigi Hadid still uses this every day. I saw one of her Vogue things about it. I love this so much and I use it all the time. Highly recommend that. So that's a keep. This is the Folklore Turkey palette. This is also very good, but not something that I'm going to use. It's got chunky glitters you can't even use for the eye. I'd rather keep the other one and then pass this one along. This is the Hourglass Ghost Edit palette. I don't know if this is still available, but they always come out with things like this. This was $80. Oh, it was a present. I love it. I will never get rid of this, ever. You always have to have one Hourglass thing because their stuff is quality. Maybe not this packaging this time around, but at least the stuff inside is great. This is the Naked Skin Shapeshifter. I got this at Tjmaxx. This is discontinued. This has the powders on one side and the creams on the other. I keep them to have creams, and the powders are something that I obviously, if you can see it, cannot stay out of. I use this so much. It is so great. So if you see this, grab it. It's totally worth the discounted price. And this is my tried and true. I'm not getting rid of this baby. This is the Smashbox Ablaze palette. This is like my favorite. I've almost hit pan on this. Oh, I will not get rid of this. No, 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 no. Alright, 2 more palettes until I get to my Shopmas A palettes that I need to be a real hard ass on. This is new. I'm not getting rid of this until I have tried it to see if it works well or not. The Kiko Milano face palette. So I have only swatched it, and let me tell you, I think it's going to be a good one. So I'm going to keep that for now. This I also got at Tjmaxx. It was it's not available anymore, but you'll find a lot of MAC at Tjmaxx. This is so good. I'm keeping this. I don't care if it's discontinued. I won't show it on camera and get ready with me's or anything because you can't get it anymore, but I will use it in my own personal time because it's so good. Alright, now I have a crap ton of $1, $10 Shopmiss eyeshadow palettes, and they are taking up so much room. My daughter is asking me for stuff. I know my niece would love stuff. Like, I need to go through these and figure out what is worth keeping and what is not. Alright, the first two things here I am keeping. These are the Immersed and Self-Made. They're $10 a piece. That one's still in the box. Oh, they kept them both in the box. This is the Immersed. Oh, the quality is just too good to not keep these. They are so great, both of them. I think that you should have both of them. They have 4 or 5 different ones. I need to get more. I did have another one, but my toddler got into it and like completely demolished it. This one is my favorite out of both of those, but I am definitely keeping these. They are great and very affordable. Let's see. Oh my god, I have so many Amuse. I'm definitely keeping, where is I? These two. If you get on Shopmiss's site and you see these, they're still for sale as far as I know. They're $1 each. They are worth so much more than that. Grab every single one. And you're welcome. This Amuse palette here, I do like it. I like how it performs, but it's just kind of blah to me. So I am going to pass this one on. I just won't use it too much, but the quality was there. It was pretty good for $1, I'm not going to lie. This one I'm going to keep because this one is amazing quality and it's like a whole face thing. So that I can utilize very well. So this is a keeper, and definitely get this if you see it. I believe it's still available. I'm definitely keeping this too. The highlighter, oh my god, I can't get it open. Shit, I really can't. Ow, shit, there we go, okay. Sorry, I got a mouth. The highlighter is way too dark, but I can use that as an eyeshadow, but I love the blushes, and this is actually a really good bronzer, so I'm going to keep that. This one, oh, am I going to keep this? I don't care for the eyeshadows, it's just bland over here, but this blush and highlighter were amazing. I should just pass it on. This is a really good one. It's just, I have too many. This one I'm keeping though, from Amuse. This is actually a really, really good one. The quality was there and everything just worked so well. I believe I used this on camera. I'm going to keep that one. This one actually swatches amazingly, but it looks like a 12-year-old's palette. And I got to try it out. I mean, the pops of color in here, I mean, they really do. They're like a wet, really nice feeling. I think that it's going to be a great palette. I need to try it. Like, it just looks like it's going to be so good, but it looks like a play palette. Oh, I'm going to keep it for now. Might pass it on later. This palette is really good from Sante, and they really don't have a lot that's good, honestly. But it is really, really good. But I'm not going to keep it because I want to keep it just for this shade, which is so good. But I have this shade in so many other palettes. So I'm going to pass this one on. This one I'm also going to pass on. It's okay, it's not the worst, but it's all shimmers, and I won't go towards a palette that's just like nothing but shimmer like this. So it's worth the $1, but I'm going to pass it on to my daughter. These two palettes, I want to keep them both. I love them. I just reviewed them. They are amazing, but I think I'm going to keep this one that I like better because I only like this one for the orange. All these just kind of blend together. So I think I'm going to keep this and pass this one on because I already have that orange in almost all of my palettes, shamefully. And this is the Foxy one. This was on sale, I believe, for a couple of dollars, $10, I don't know, on the site. You can pop them out. This is actually a magnetic palette. I love this lime green, and it is such good quality, so I'm definitely keeping this. This is the Foxy palette. So good. I have not tried these two palettes out yet. They are both $1, if you can believe that. The swatches on this one stink, so I'm a little worried, but I have to try it out. And the swatches on this one are actually not that bad. So, cannot wait. Still need to try these out, so we don't know if those are passes or keeps. This is actually a really good palette. It's only $1. Really, really good palette, but I'll never reach for it. So I'm going to pass it on, but it is definitely well worth the money. This is the Nicole Miller palette. I did end up using this in a video and it is great. It was only $2.99. Oh, another one I can't open. Freaking fantastic. Ah! Alright, that's what it looks like. I'm going to pass this on just because I will not reach for this and my daughter loved that. So I'm going to pass that on to my daughter. It's just going to take up room, but it is a very quality eyeshadow palette for $2.99. So that's a pass. And then lastly, I have these 4. I'm going to keep this. This I just reviewed. It is weirdly really good. It doesn't swatch good, but with a brush, it was amazing. And I think I'm going to keep this one because this is amazing quality. Amazing. And it's a total face. But I think these 2 I'm going to pass on from Muse. They're just not ones I'm going to gravitate for. I just wanted to review them. They are both great. $1. They work great. They are better than $1 quality, but I just won't use them. Oh, I think we're finished. Oh my goodness. Out of all of that, I did get rid of a good chunk though. All of this I'm going to be able to pass on. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 palettes I'm going to be getting rid of. So thank you guys so much. If you want to see more declutters with me, give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you want to see me declutter next. And I will see you guys, of course, in the next one. Bye-bye.